Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. We're going to review some of the upcoming fights. It's not going to be a long show. We got Grown Woman Talk tonight. Hope you guys stick around. We picked the topic last week. We was hoping that you guys come back. And we really want to hear what you guys have to say. So before we get into it, as always, let's turn to Welcome back to Boxing Fans Talk TV. You can refer to me as Miss T. I didn't have the thing plugged up, so you might not have heard me when I just came in first time before the intro. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. You should be able to. I hear everything clear on this side. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just waiting on the thumbs up or something. Can you hear me? Loud and clear on the mic. Cool. Oh man. That'll derail your progress real quicker than anything, huh? First off, I'd like to say welcome to the building. If you're in Facebook joining me, come on into YouTube. Hit the like, share, and subscribe when you come into the square circle. Hit the like, share, and subscribe when you step into the square circle. Demetrius Bright is in the building with the 64 ounces of water. Was popping king as usual. This gonna be my permanent staple, I guess. Some days I'll do better, some days I won't. But I'm at 10 bottles. I can't get over it. And there are days, you know what, Demetrius? There are days when I'm like at 7 or 8 at 12 o'clock noon. I don't know. I don't know what happens. But every day around this time, I'm probably at about 10 bottles of water in. That's 8-ounce bottles of water. But here at Boxer Fans Talk TV, we advocate the drinking of water. Always. And Demetrius said, as you enter the square circle, Smash the like, share, and subscribe to push those algorithms. Indeed, indeed. Jason Judui. I hope I pronounced that right. Keep up the good work, Queen. Thank you, King. Salute. Welcome to the building. We're gonna review some of these upcoming fights that's coming up. Where that schedule at? So tomorrow, Jacobs versus Ryder on the Zone at February 12th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the times that I give you will always be Eastern Standard Times. The next week, Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. That's on ESPN. That's free for most of us who got ESPN. February 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also on that day, Munguia versus Ballard. That's on the Zone at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm gonna go about that far because we know the next fight is going to be Taylor versus Catterall, and that's on Sky and ESPN2. That's February 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might as well do that. The other one for that day is Colbert versus Gutierrez. That's at Showtime, February 26th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I heard that Gutierrez is not going to be available. I don't know if it's due to COVID, but I heard that or I read it somewhere. I didn't pay much attention to it. You guys keep your eye out on that. I think Colbert will still fight. Who his opponent would be, I don't know, but I'm not sure on that. I could have sworn I read that. But we got some good fights. Now I'm gonna watch the Jacobs versus Ryder. And let me tell you guys something. I remember when the Zone came over here all loud mouthing and thinking that they was gonna take over. They didn't understand the market, they didn't understand the assignment. America is a way different from any other country, as should be expected. We can't go to any other country thinking that we know their ins and outs either. But I think that's where the Zone had a problem. Now, I know a lot of people advocated for people to drop the Zone. I didn't. I didn't drop mine. I never did. And I gotta say, I'm happy with the Zone to a certain extent. It's not like I look at the Zone all the time, but anytime I want to go look at a Zone fight, it's available for me. And it's an easy search of the name, and voila, you got the fight or the whole card. What I can say about the Zone, they do put on some nuggets, but I will say this about them: their undercard, whether you know the guys or not, it usually be good. So, I find myself feeling like a regular boxing fan again when I'm looking at an undercard on the Zone. It's almost like those guys leave it in the ring, and that's how I like to see boxing. I like to see any kind of compact sport where people just leave it in the ring. And these are so-called no names. I don't want to say nobodies, because anybody who get in that ring anybody, period, is a somebody. But anybody who get in that ring, I don't like to diminish them all the way down to a nobody. We do have levels, we do have weight classes for a reason. So if I'm talking about somebody, more than likely I would say something like if the equivalent is they are nobody or a tomato can, and I'm talking about somebody specifically, then I'm going to say something like they're just not on that top echelon level, or they're no name. When that's fair to say, we don't know them. But I'm gonna tell you, the Zone's undercards be pretty good for folks that you don't even know their name, or you've never seen them fight before. And they get notoriety because the impression that I get when I look at some of those fighters, I remember them. And I'll be like, oh, so if they somewhere else like Fox or Showtime or something, I'll be like, oh, I remember when they fought on the Zone. Like, yeah, I want to see them fight. It's just when they get to certain groups, it seems like it get too much politics, not enough boxing. And with the Zone, I get you never hear about people complaining about what they get paid. Did Eddie do them a disservice or not? You never really hear that. And I'm not saying Eddie is the bee's knees out of all the promoters. These are things you just never hear about. So for that, I can appreciate that. Maceo Golden is in the building. What's poppin', King? What's up, Miss T? Did you hear about Jamal Charlo getting locked up on assault charges? No. Do tell. I put the link in the chat. I didn't. And he's married, right? Is it assault charges against a woman? And see that I take that back. I jumped the gun. I put the cart before the horse. I assumed the assault charge was against a woman. Is it against a woman, Maceo, or a man? Why does that matter? I'm gonna tell y'all why it matters. Like what people do on their outside life, it sometimes I don't even try to look into stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you why it matters because it can affect on their outside life. It sometimes I don't even try to. We got an echo.
Hold on.
Because it can affect on their outside life.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, that I had the TV on too. What's going on, Miss T?
What's going on with you? Nothing much.
Not much. No, I just walked in the door and turned on TV and I don't know if you let it call it the name of your show or not, but I ain't call it. One of the stations had it on there.
Right. We don't mention at the station.
Okay.
We're gonna say something positive. You are welcome to say whatever. I don't censor over here, but
yeah. But I'm not calling the station name, but it's one of them stations that always down with the PBC.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was saying that your boy, he on the 10, he got locked up since earlier today, like one something a day on a $10,000 bond, and he's still in there. And it said that he got a assault charge on a family member, somebody in the house with him. They didn't say whether it was male or female.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know,
because this is speculation in me. You said a family member in the house.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids, and he has his
wife. Right. But whoever the person was is saying that he got a assault charge on a family member in the house, and somebody got a previous convicted charge or something, whoever it was. You know.
So probably and his wife. Demetrius said no, but probably an in-law, not his wife. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, God darn, I said, boy, look at here. I thought somebody had picked up on that. They said they have like one something a day.
Nah, like a lot, like for real, I've been kind of like low key,
right,
and like staying away from the Charlos,
right,
because of their antics outside the ring. I can't understand why people are angry for no reason, and people like that I tend to stay away from. So, and then there's his personal life, so I try not to that. But in this case, if you're locked up, it affects your career.
Yeah, it affects your career. Because they were saying that Canelo was supposed to be picking between him and them other boys, and then that's what they're saying. Right before Canelo picked, he got locked up on assault charge. This is the second time within a year. So you know he got locked up by that inside the restaurant.
So what you guys, I know, right? What you guys think about that? That to me is going to be food or ample excuse for Canelo and them to dismiss him.
Yeah, they were going to do that anyhow.
They were. They were
going to dismiss him anyhow. See, like I say, sometimes you have to learn how to. Me personally, myself, I had to learn how to walk away. It was hard for me at one point to walk away and let stuff go. But I see myself either being locked up in prison for the rest of my life or dead. Yeah. So, I had to make that choice. Everything, you got to be a man or a woman enough to walk away sometime, man. You can't let that, especially I look at him in the position that he is in, you high profile. You feel what I'm saying? So anything you do, they're going to scrutinize you. And that's what it is, man. Come on, man.
You got to know when to hold. What you basically saying is you got to know when to hold them.
Know when to fold them, boy. Listen, it took me a long time. I had to learn that, Miss T. Ooh, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, girl. Look here, I had to learn that, girl. I could make you cry, girl. Shoot, man. Because I ain't no Satan. I did 8.5 years in the federal penitentiary, and all of some bull crap. And man, look at here. When that judge told me I had 120 months, I thought I had 120 years. I cried like a little bitch.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, but T, it was so funny because I forgot how to count. See, all I heard was 120. I said, I ain't killed no damn body.
You hear 120, and then you know it's only 12 months in a year, and you like,
look at, I forgot. I looked at my lawyer. I said, what that man said? That's a sure what? That's a man. I'm thinking, like I said, end up with 12 months. But all I heard was that 120, and I'm thinking about years. I had to wait till I get in my dang on 40s to get in trouble and do some stuff like that. But you know what? It showed me, you got to slow down, son. I had to learn how to let stuff go, but that's an experience I'm glad I was able to get. A lot of people don't realize that when they don't look at me when I say that, because we're people in society have a habit of looking at guys that are locked up and see, they don't know how to act. But when you're inside there behind the walls, man, and people mistreating you and want to take your manhood away from you, Miss T, you got to stand up for something. If you don't stand up for it, you'll never have nothing.
Yeah, you do. You do. I have a real, full disclosure. I have a brother that's locked up. I totally understand. He tries to tell me certain things. I don't live that life. Life is about choices. Sometimes I make bad choices that can land me in some sticky situations I have. And you gotta think about that. And when it happens to you, the best part about it is you take ownership, you learn your lesson, and that's the beautiful thing about life.
You got to learn how to accept responsibility.
Yeah.
And see, and me personally, I look at stuff like this here. When you go in something with a negative attitude, negative things happen. When you go in something with a positive attitude, positive come out. And see, even though that was my first time being locked up and going to prison, I went out with a positive attitude. I'm not going to fall into the trap, and I ain't coming home. Oh man, I had to get home to mama.
I feel you. You gotta be positive. I don't know how people live without hope. That's why I don't understand misdirected anger. I don't understand people walking around angry all the time. I never understand that because I'm like, what are you mad about? What are you
I try to keep a smile on my face every day. I mean, a lot of people ask me, say, man, I said something you never know when I'm having a bad day, not because my energy.
Right.
I'm a fun-loving person. I like to have fun. I see people all in stole stuff I don't even know. I just go to mess with it to have everybody laugh. You never know when a person is going through.
Yeah.
You never know. Somebody could be on a break or just giving up in life, But man, that's my thing, man. I mean, I enjoy it. Now I take life more seriously. I value life. I value my freedom, and like I say, it just Charlo, I don't know. Sometimes you got to get up that high horse because you making that kind of money. You got above the law.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like they'll say, I got a question for you in the chat. Do money make you more of what you are, or do it actually change you for the worse?
Now, I'm going to answer that. It really depends on yourself. If you let money rule you, then yes, it will change you for the worse. And it tells you in the Bible, money is the ruler of all evil. Some people can't handle the situation they have with money. They can't handle that second. Say, oh man, I don't came from poverty. Now I got all this money. Now I'm above the law. You're not. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is as quick as you got it. This is as quick as you can lose it.
Right.
I'm like, man, you change that and you do what's right.
Do you think the Charlos act like they are? Because I know that boxing is a machismo type of sport. It's this the guys beat their chest. They the silverbacks up in here. So you think that the sport that they in is why the Charlos act like they do? Hey, welcome, Queen.
Hey, good. Thanks.
That's Karma.
I believe.
This is Maceo. Maceo, this is Karma.
Hi, Karma. How you doing, darling?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm blessed. Can't complain. Trying to feed a little fat face. But T, I look at it. They act like the way they act like they got a chip on their shoulder.
Mhm.
Wherever you've been through in your life or whatever, okay, yeah, we all struggle in life. We all go through trials and tribulations. But
Mhm.
you have to thank God for where you're at now. Let that go in that past. If not, you're going to always wind up in trouble.
Right.
Stop walking around with that chip on your shoulder. I made it. Okay, I'm better than everybody. No. You thank God for where you come from. You feel what I'm saying? Shoot,
Mhm.
I've been told all, but I need to tell me, I ain't gonna never make nothing out of myself. I ain't gonna never have nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Shoot, I thank God for what I want, what I got, and I don't want for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, like I say, I'm not no millionaire or none of that there or confess to be that, but I thank God for what I have. And I don't let what I have change me because everybody don't been down and out. I don't been bothered. I don't sleep in my cars. I don't want to step in the hospital waiting room at night, getting off the street. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't got nowhere to stay. But I thank God for what I got now. And I don't let that do because I made it. I don't let that sit up there and say, hey, I'm better than you.
Right.
You feel? And that's what I get from the child now. They think because they made it, because if I'm not mistaken, I heard they had a hard time coming up in life.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? Now they made it. They act like you got that chip. Oh, I'm better than you. Yeah, I got this and I got it. But you don't have to brag about what you got.
Exactly. Demetrius said, reveals your inner self, talking about money, Carmen.
Mhm.
And this and Macy, I welcome you to stay on the panel because this is grown woman talk. That's why Miss Carmen is here. And we need some men. We need that,
Yeah.
we need some men out here to discuss, because we know what we think as women. We can only see things through women lenses, but y'all will see it differently. So
But see, I can. I'm not the type of man that I can't get into my inner feeling.
Mhm.
And I've seen my mother struggle, raising 5 kids by herself.
Mhm.
And I am very, very sensitive when it comes to a woman, especially when a man mistreating a woman, doing all type of way things to a woman. I can't stand that. I can't. I might get in trouble with her, but I can't stand a no good sorry ass man.
Mm. My dad kind of got that feeling. He has in his eyes what he think a man should be and how they
Mhm.
should do, and ain't nothing laziness in that equation. And any man
Mhm.
that operate outside of his basic standard beliefs of how a man should be, he's
Yeah.
he has a
Mhm.
problem with that.
Yeah. Ooh. Girl, look, I had to get on a young dude who had got my godson.
Mhm.
I had to get on him the last few days, and I told him, I said, you know what? You become a sorry ass man. That's something I cannot stand.
Mm.
I can't stand a man sit home and you want to babysit while a woman out working. Get you behind him, get you a job. You take care of responsibilities.
Sound like my daddy.
I can't, Miss T. Ooh, girl, look at here. That boy had my nerves up so bad today. I can't stand it.
I think a lot nowadays, though, is you see a lot with the younger one. They don't want to work a job that they feel is beneath them. We grew up in the time frame where you work whatever job came along until the one that you want, you earned it,
Thank you.
or it came up at whatever the case was, but you worked your way up. Nowadays, too many people feel entitled and, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna wait for this job, and it's straight laziness.
Yes,
They want everything. They want everything handed to them, but they don't want to struggle for it and work hard for it.
right. But you did, like I told you earlier, I did time in the federal plan. We had this guy. We were locked in the Fed. They pay you to work. Okay. He would get up every day. The day and call a pooper scooper. A little scooper with a little broom. He'll go sweep up the compound every day faithfully. They're paying him no more than about $10 or $15 a month. Now you've been locked up 20 something years, and you about to get out. So we were sitting in the TV room, we was talking. I was like, so we're talking about what we're gonna do when we get out. Man, I ain't gonna get on no job or work no McDonald's or just a hint that. I'm gonna pick up me a brick and I'm gonna sell me some more dope. I said, hold on. I said, so you mean to tell me you rather go out there and pick up some dope? You spend 20 something years of your life in prison. You rather pick up those instead of get a job at McDonald's somewhere. You rather pick up a dope. Man, I ain't working for no money. I said, hold on. Would you working around here on a compound for $20 a month, sweeping up a goddamn sidewalk, but you can't go get you a damn job working at McDonald's to keep your ass from out of jail?
Exactly.
I mean, when I was coming up, we sold bottles, We sold peanuts, shine shoes. We did everything we could.
Paper route, whatever it took.
Yeah, you too. I sold paper. I did everything.
Route, helped my mom clean houses, did everything. I've been working since I was 12. I don't understand the laziness.
And see, like I said, now, and I fought some of the females these days here too, because they let these jokers lay up on that and don't work, and they want to take care of their men.
Yeah.
They are not real men.
It's the whole thing too. You get a lot of females. One, they raise their sons to be the men that they want at the moment instead of the man that have to be. And then society is kind of pushed with this: we don't need a man. You don't need a man for X, Y, Z. A woman can't teach a man how to be a man. Now, I'm all for feminism, but I think it's gone a little too far with everything masculine or is toxic now and everything else. Like, no, there's a difference, whether you like it or not, between men and women. They think different. They operate different. You need both of them. A man can teach a man or a boy how to be a man. Right. A female can teach a man how to be a feminine man. Like, regardless, even if
a female can teach. You see, when you don't have the father in place and it's males, like if you have to raise males, the best you can teach all your kids is an even playing field, like principles, how to be responsible. That's not gender specific. In the end of the day, that's a good foundation to start off with. But beyond that, you know what I'm saying? If you teaching them principles, accountability, and how to be responsible, he could take that and, like Maceo say, have his own personality and add to it. He will start picking up stuff here and there when he get out there in the world and be around other men. Now, for women raising daughters, the thing is, when you're young, you imitate what you see.
Right.
Even though you're not doing it. You looking at the mama, and in your head, you like, I'm a girl, she a girl. That's how I gotta be.
But the thing too, if the mom's sitting there disrespecting the guy, everything else that she's with, the son sees that he's not gonna have respect for women because it's gonna be a type of hatred there because the mom hates guys, whatever else. And he's not going to respect women. That's why there's so many men right now that think it's cool to hit a woman, to do this, to do that, to treat them like shit. Because the value of women and part of it is society, but part of it is women's role or whatever else in letting society or letting other people devalue them to where, hey, it's not even a big deal anymore.
Let me get these chats here. Hold on one second. Okay. Demetrius Bright said, reveals your inner self in most cases. He was talking about money. He also says, salute, brother Maceo. And he says, salute at Queen Carmen. Be nice tonight. Demetrius said, this generation, these young guys stay at home, watch the children while playing PlayStation.
What?
Meanwhile, the female is working and going to school while the guy push drops when she gets home. Sad. And I guess he meant drugs.
Yeah.
He is in the building. What's popping, Queen? The link is in the chat, Yogi.
But I take my hat off to my mama. Like I said, she raised 5 of us, 3 boys and 2 girls. And I wouldn't be the man that I am today if it wasn't for her.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? She taught me how to stand up and be a man. You see what I'm saying? My father wasn't there for me. But the value that my mother taught me, how to be respectful to a woman and how to treat a woman. I tell a woman how I've been divorced now for this year here. Well, 31 years I've been divorced. And let me tell you something, Ms. T. I cook, clean, sew on sewing machine, and nothing I can't do. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she told us when we coming up, we had to learn how to do that. And I installed it in my son. I installed it like I told my daughter, you don't depend on a man for shit. I'm just real. Because man can give a walk away from you any day. I don't see him putting female, oh, they so dependent on this man here. The man walk away, you can't do nothing. Get up, have your own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? In old times, centuries and centuries ago, the way we are made or designed by God, like, men have brute strength, women have inner strength, just it's the yin and the yang. That was necessary for those times because we were living in rudimentary times. The comforts that we have today in today's world, we're in the 21st century. We don't need that type of stuff. We have to go beyond the rudimentary part. And I think good foundation for women and men. I have a lot of issues that I see young women engaging in, and it burns me to the core. But
Yeah.
same thing for men. But if I'm going to address something, I'm going to address it at women. Because one thing I do not like, and you guys tell me in the chat, or you tell me Maceo and Carmen, I don't like when men hold symposiums or get on a platform and say, I'm gonna teach our women how to be women.
No,
I
they
hate
can't
it.
how to be a woman. But what I can do is teach you. I tell her I have a lot of young ladies. I call them my nieces and stuff. And I do a lot of stuff. My heart is so big. I don't even got to know you. I will pay for your stuff in the grocery store. I don't even know you.
Mhm.
I always tell a woman point blank period. If you want a man to respect you, you got to respect yourself.
Yeah.
If you respect yourself, how you expect somebody else to respect you? If you dressing around here all hoochie coochie up and all your ass cheeks hanging out and all those there, how you expect for a man to treat you right there? If you want a man to treat you with respect, it comes from yourself. You treat yourself with respect, and you don't let no man put his hand on you and none of that bullshit. Then he gonna respect you.
Exactly. ATL is in the building. What's popping, King? He said, Miss T, what's up, Shouty? See you in about 30. See you, King. ATL will be here. He's saying basically he'll be here in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
But you're on the road with that, Maceo. You do. You
yeah.
do.
Miss T. I keep saying sometimes I don't sit down and I'm not afraid to admit I don't broke down and cried plenty of time because I get to the point. I ask God, why me? Why I got to always be the one to open up my heart and help people, and when they get up on their feet, they give me their ass a kiss.
Mm.
But you know what? I keep going on and on, just like now. Young lady I was helping, they did some effed up stuff. They had to leave. Her car broke down. Guess what? I'm in Savannah. She got my vehicles right now living in Jacksonville.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mm.
Her and stuff, making sure they are able to move around and maneuver going back and forth to work. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. That young lady came to me. She said, Maceo, said, I apologize for whatever happened. What I did, I was wrong. And that means so much to me to any damn thing.
Yeah.
You feel
It
me?
gives people closure, don't you think?
You know, and like I tell her, and another female friend of mine said, well, shoot, you ain't never let me hold none of your vehicles that long. I said, you know what? I said, out of all stuff, me, but you know, not one thing you ever came to me and apologized. I said, in the days that you were doing the way that you carry yourself, I sit back and I watch. You sitting here putting a man before your kid. What I let that give you a vehicle to drive around, then you're gonna have this man driving my car while you at work. No, it ain't gonna be like that.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Y'all smash the like button when you come in the square circle. I see them numbers jumping up and down. Stop reckless eyeballing. Get your ass in here and hit that damn like button. Dance on that motherfucker.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, for what I have, I am grateful.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? I thank God for what I have, and I am blessed.
I hear you.
I am blessed, and I thank God. You know, like I tell, the first time I was on my boy E show, and I saw you peep your head up, and you was talking, and it took me a long time to even say the day in the evening. I sit back and I watch. You feel what I'm saying? And I forgot what something was, but the knowledge that you had. I think the first time I saw you, we was on the top, we were talking about Earl Spence about that fake eye. And you that eye right there and everything else, and the knowledge that you were speaking and the way you carry yourself. I want to when you put that link, I subscribed to your show that night.
That was you. I
I,
seen that they jump in there. I was like, who is that? That was you.
I subscribed to your show that night, and everything you spoke was true. My little brother is a surgeon. He lives in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
And me and him, we are Boston fanatics. We go way back. We get on the phone, and when I first heard about that eye, he coming. I called, I said, bro, what's up with that? He said, man, ain't nothing wrong with that boy eye.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. What I was saying about the part I was talking about was that you just don't hear that quick. I don't care what nobody say. but I know a lot of people think that you heal like there's healing and then there's like cemented healing. How you can get your skin back on the top, but underneath it ain't all the way healed.
It's not.
What I'm talking about.
Cause ain't nowhere in the world in less than a year you finna get back in the ring and fight. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no way in hell you finna get in that ring and fight another man that can target that eye in less than a year till that eye is healed. Man, you crazy as hell.
I got you, Yogi. Yogi coming in. I think I did send you the link. I sent you the link, Yogi. Let me make sure. I'm gonna just send it again.
And I sent you my email address too. You never hit me up, Missy.
I ain't see your email. I looked at my email today.
I sent you on when I first came on the show, we was talking about something, and I came back and sent you my email address because I can't get hold of yours. I sent you my email address and told you to hit me up because I'm supposed to be doing something for you.
Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere. You know, I be doing stuff so much, and I'll admit I be forgetting. I'm a woman of a particular age now. My email scrolls at the bottom. This the whole show.
It's my first and last name at gmail.com.
Okay, Maceo. Maceo. What is it? Maceo what?
Golden.
At gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
No space. I got you.
At gmail.com. You ain't got to do it. Hit me up, baby girl. So I can cook you with that thing. That girl, we can watch all the fights.
We'll be in there. We gotta get Karma. We gotta hook Karma up too.
Karma can hit it. She could hit the email up too. And
you got a device that you can hook your TV up, get rid of that cable. That's what he basically saying.
Yeah,
you on mute, Karma.
I said okay.
I get over 13,000 stations for $30 a month. I get
that's what's up right there.
All the UFC fights, anything. I heard the other day, so you talk about that UFC. Girl, got everything going there.
Well, I'm into the Bellator. UFC.
They got Bellator on there too.
Cool.
Anything you want with T, it got it.
I feel you, shit.
Like I said, I'll be here listening to that TV over there in Japan and Africa. They be talking all. I don't understand what the hell they be saying. I just be looking at it.
You know what cracked me up is when every now and then your cable company, I think it's something for promotional stuff or whatever, they try to shoot you a little deal and give you a little nugget. And I'll be like, you want to impress me, cable company? Give me the cinema package. Them mother suckers give me the football ticket. I done had the football ticket 3 times for the free. And then they tell you gotta cancel it at a certain time or you automatically on the distro list.
Right.
I don't look at football.
But what this is Hammers T, I get Showtime, Cinemax, HBO. You get everything you want, girl.
Look at that. You know how to make Miss C smile. AJ said, can't wait for the Gary Antoine and Victor Postal. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Let's see now. Look, I know on this Grown Woman Talking, you and Maceo is with us on Grown Woman Talk. Any dude could chime in. My phone lines are open. Yogi gonna be here in a minute. Now, Maceo, we had a topic set out for last week, and you gotta keep me straight, Karma, because you know I be mixing up my words. But we wanted to.
I didn't mean to come in and take over the show, talk about this stuff.
You good. I want you to stay. That's what I'm saying. I want you to stay. Because we try to get men involved to say it can't always be from our lens. Matter of fact, if you guys have a topic y'all want to discuss, let me know during the show and maybe the next week, because we do Grown Woman Talk every Friday. Okay. Let me know and we'll talk about it. Because again, we're men and women. Me and Karma gonna see things through women lenses. And still you gonna see things through a man's lens. So it's a learning. I look at it as all learning. I'm sure Karma feel the same way.
And T and I don't take anything personal.
Right.
It can get heated and we agree to disagree and we move on.
Yeah.
It's just
we don't do all that. Calling you out your name and shit over here. We don't do all that.
And well, listen, I enjoy it. Like I said, when I first subscribed to the show, I sat back and I just watched the show. You ain't know who I was or nothing. like a like I'm a boy on the show. I enjoy y'all shows
Mhm.
because y'all more of a family environment and you're down to earth.
That's what we aim to be.
And that's the game. It's not all that fake stuff and I'm kissing this fighter ass, I'm kissing that fighter ass, and this hand, that. Everybody is like one love, man. You feel me? And I like that.
Yeah,
But-
and let me tell y'all something. Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. Everybody know that, right?
Mhm.
I know how many times I hit Terrence Crawford up to try to get him on this show, and he straight ignored me. Do I take it personal? No. I met Terrence Crawford twice, but my feel of him or how I view him will never change because of that. I take it. This is what I mean. Some people can get upset because don't nobody come to your show or they don't. I don't care.
You know what, Steve? Maybe he trying to feel you out. Sometimes people have to figure out. But I got to jump on your case for a minute now. Miss T.
Okay.
I got to jump on your boy with all this capping he doing now.
Who?
That pretty motherfucker.
Oh Lord, he talking about Keith Thurman. Carmen, you gonna be with us? Carmen, like this grown woman talk. I'm gonna give you a little bit because you new to the show. What did Keith done?
Huh?
What Keith done?
Keith on here capping bad by Crawford, girl. He capping bad, girl. He capping bad.
I saw a couple of his interviews. I didn't think he disrespected Crawford.
Oh, he kept a bad. Talk about he'll do this, he'll do this, and he'll do that. And tell nobody won't say that. I looked at one interview he did today. He talk about, oh man, Bud this and Bud's and that. But he wants so much money to fight Bud.
He explained that today. Now, see, I think Keith is he's very charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
Keith got a good mouthpiece, which that is important in these boxing streets because that is what put asses in the seat. Keith can attract casual people.
Right.
Like if Carmen had followed Keith from like back in the day to that, she would it's Keith fighting. Oh, I'm going to the fight. But if it's just somebody regular, I mean, she probably be like, nah, I don't that dude. But then again, I think Carmen would try to get to that fight, because he can attract casual people. Welcome, Yogi. But Keith explained that he praised Bud because the interview I saw today, he praised him. And he didn't turn around and said, because the guy asked him, what would you do? What can you do? And I mean, the guy asked him, he had to say what he could do. Mm-hmm. And I thought he handled it a lot better. I even read yesterday where Keith praised everybody who was on the card with him and told them that they all warriors, whether they won or not. I see the warrior in you. A lot of dudes don't do that. Mm-hmm. I think people can learn a lesson from that.
And a lot of people taking this lawsuit that Terrence got out of context.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, "Oh wow, we got this. Why he's suing Ball?" It's not about the money. It's about the contract that he signed.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what he uphold his end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
So, Miss T, you sign a contract with me. I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars in your contract, but I never paid her. You gonna let me run off? Owe you millions of dollars? Or you coming after your money?
I need my ends.
I need my money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I get off that because
all right. Then we're gonna ask this topic because Yogi is here, so we got at least two of them. Butter has had technical difficulties. Maybe she ironed them out. And she can make it in here. This T know her boxing for sure. You know it, dog. Sir Antbo is in the building. Was Poppy King. He said, "Salute Miss T and panel and chat." And Sir Antbo said, "I heard Thurman call Bud and EJ next level top tier." Yeah, he did. Keith Thurman just needs to be more consistent. I think Keith, when it comes to marketability, is better than Thurman. Better than Earl. Is better than Bud. Better than all of them. Keith will make people like Yogi and Carmen buy a fight.
Hi, Yogi.
Hello, how are you, King?
Chris Maceo.
That's nice to meet you. I just walked in the house, so I'm I'm trying to get situated. Long day at work. How y'all doing today? Hi,
We
Carmen.
good.
Hi,
Queen
how are you?
Carmen.
Salute, how are you?
I'm
Now,
great. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
I hope everybody had a festive week. Do anybody got some shit they got to get out their chest from that week at work?
Mine was
Before we
pretty
get
good.
started?
You know,
Yours pretty
any
good.
week
What
where I'm
about you,
making
Carmen?
money is good.
Oh yeah, making money is always good. What about you, Carmen?
No, I don't deal with BS. I got a way of telling people in a nice way they can't do anything, but like the subtle, they know it's a hit. They can't really do nothing.
Mosquito spray is in the building. Was Poppy King, Miss T, and panel, and the chat. What's happening? What's happening with you, shouted? So the topic this week was, and y'all ladies clean it up for me because you know how I get to put my words together sometimes. Why is it that we as a community, Black people, we're the only group where the men degrade the women collectively? Now I know some of you guys gonna say I don't do that, and I'm not pointing the finger specifically at nobody. I'm looking at us as a totality.
We were talking last week, T and I were talking about how prevalent it is in hip hop, rap and hip hop versus other genres of music, where it's constant degrading or majority of degrading of women, especially Black women.
Even outside of hip hop, I never see white man after white man after white man just collectively downgrading white women. I never see that. I have never seen an Asian man do it. I've never seen Latino men do it. Like, come on some kind of platform or in some kind of way that's public that degrades. And I'm not talking about how the person acts. Because all of us can be good actors, we can be bad actors. That's individual. I don't attribute that to nothing about race. But I'm talking about talk about their features or their work, their value.
Chris Brown, no darkies in his section.
I've never now, and that is amazing to be in 2022. And I can say I've never on a consistent basis seen any other race do that but ours when it comes, and we're women. So I'm talking about when men do it. Because women do talk bad about Black men too, but it's nowhere near on the equal level.
Well, but see, I'm gonna go back to like I said earlier. It comes from the respect level. Okay, and what I mean by that on this topic here, when the young lady these days here, they allow the man to disrespect them, and they think it's all cool for a man calling you a B, this and here and that. No, they are disrespecting you. A woman is a queen and should be always treated as a queen. I don't care what kind of music you sell. I don't even listen to rap music and all that crap. I don't care for it because they don't do it degrade a woman. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got the like Mosquito Spray said, lack of leadership. And you can fall back on men too. If our Black men will stand up and be a real man and raise their sons how to respect a woman, we're gonna see it.
I would say, you get what you expect. And that's whether you're in the workplace or you in a relationship. When you start to see those red flags, if you went on a job, you went on an interview, you have a certain amount of money that you expect them to pay you, and you're not going to take anything less. So you get exactly what you expect. So if you allow someone to talk to you that way, regardless of how they were raised or something they learned in society, at the point where you allow it, then it's going to happen. They're going to test you. And then the minute you don't check it. And I had a situation this past week where someone who didn't even know me, they were a fellow peer in class, and we were joking. And then they said something derogatory at me. And I said, clearly you have me mistaken for someone else. So it's you stopping it before you ever get started.
Yeah, or clarify and be like, you said this and it made me feel this way. Did you mean to say it like that? I've had to say that before. But as a whole, like I said, like I see what Demetrius said. Let me get these chats right quick because he makes a good point. Mosquito Spray said we have a lack of leadership in Western world. Africa is not that way. You have elders as opposed to OGs. And then Demetrius Bright said, what about women disrespecting women, referring to one another with the B word? We do. And it's all learned behavior. But what I was talking about is who said Chris Brown? Who was that?
I did.
Carmen. So Carmen, do you remember like I remember what he
So
said.
It was in the club. So he was in the club. He's actually been caught a couple times saying it in club scenes or whatever, where women that want to come to the VIP section, and he tells his entourage, no darkies.
Lil Wayne said that too. Black is one of them all. He said that too.
And I tell my daughter, because I raised queen, if somebody wants you because you got lighter skin, that ain't the one for you, because there's always going to be another red bone. There's always going to be, somebody lighter or whatever else. Walk away.
Yep, I told my daughter that too, that she has like different hair. But I told her, if somebody like you because your hair is soft and curly or whatever, that's not a reason to like you. That's a superficial reason, and yours ain't gonna be good enough. That person will never be happy. A person should like you for the character you are, like the person you are. But what Chris Brown is saying, he basically devalued all dark-skinned women. And so, and some people be like, well, Miss T, you dark, so you just mad, you hating. Why should I line the pockets of somebody who thinks I have no value? Somebody help me with that, because I'm not. And Maceo, you probably, all of us grew up during when rap pretty much first started. So I be thinking I'm a rap connoisseur, but as time has gone on, I can't keep up with that stuff neither.
Listen, when we was coming up, the man, even they had the rap music, you didn't hear them disrespect no women on there.
They didn't.
They didn't disrespect it. They weren't calling no woman no bitches and hoes or this and hand that there, and they talk about their private parts all in their music, and the girls loving that. No, I'm telling them, stand up for yourself. You got to, like I said, you got to carry yourself a certain way. Now, I tell some of the young girls now, I say, I look at it and I go off on the, I said, why you outside with house shoes on? Why you in the mall? Why you looking? I said, when we was coming out, I said, women have pride of themselves. You can catch a woman coming outside with rollers in her head, in a store with house slippers on, looking all kind of way. You got to have pride about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Let me get these chats. So Misha said, Carmen, that wasn't Chris Brown, that was Chris Bird.
No, that was
at the time was a young rapper, but since that statement,
no, that was also Chris Brown. Yeah. The last time he said that was when he turned 32 on May 5th at the club of last year. That was the last time that he said that comment. So Chris Brown also has made that comment several times, and it was addressed on Ricky Smiley. It was addressed on actually several different shows because they actually had other people address them, but it wound up coming out to include his past ones this past May at his birthday at a club after he said that. And we're talking about he was mixed and stuff. So like
Chris Brown is a regular black dude who just happened to be light skinned. All of us got light, dark, brown, and all kinds of colors in our family when you're black. That's just what it is. So to come up and act like he mixed, his daughter mixed, but he ain't mixed. And then I heard Chris Brown out my own ears and eyes seen him say, he said, somebody was like, being antagonistic against him, like, being an antagonist, saying, hey, I mean, how you gonna say that all dark-skinned women? Because he didn't specify, he was making a general statement, and the person charged him up on that in a nice way and probably kind of friendly way. And Chris just turned around. He said, "Tell you what, if all y'all think I'm lying, send your picture, and any dark skinned person send that picture, and you gonna prove my point." He basically said black dark skinned people are ugly. They have, he basically devalued them. And I was like, you know what, dark skinned people as a whole buy your shit. So let me just go on and stop, because I was a big Chris Brown fan. I think he's talented. I don't take nothing from him. R. Kelly did the worst. I still say, in my opinion, if you ask me who is the best black R&B singer of all time, you know, in my lifetime, I'm gonna say R. Kelly. But that don't change the type of monster he was, and I don't buy no more R. Kelly shit. Demetrius also say, flip the scenario. What if certain men only wants dark-skinned women? What's your thoughts? I feel the same way. I've been tested that way. I don't mess with people who like people for superficial reasons.
There's a difference
never good
between
enough.
having a preference with something and being discriminatory against everything else. Like the whole thing with Chris Brown for that whole comment, whatever else, wasn't, you know, hey, this is my preference. It was no darkies allowed. Like there is a clear difference in this. Everyone has different preferences. Sometimes people stick to preferences. Sometimes they go out because they're more open-minded. There is a difference between having a preference and being discriminatory.
Right. Right. And guess what? When he say stuff like that, I'll be like, who dark in your family? Somebody. Where you get that talent from? Like, it just don't make sense. But if you right, Carmen, he has a right to have his preference. Now he lost my dollars with those statements forever. I'm just one person, but if I know I'm one of millions, so if we all, I know that I can't be the only one to feel like that. If we all just stood up and say we don't want to buy his shit no more, what he gonna do?
Guess what? And it's probably a dark-skinned woman that's buying all the shit.
That's pretty much it. There's another singer too. I want to say, I could be wrong, but Tank, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Y'all remember that R&B singer Tank? He was saying some foolish stuff too. I hope I'm saying it right. But he's an R&B singer. He be at the boxing matches a lot. He got on his soapbox about light skin, dark skin when nobody even asked him. I totally do not buy his records, and he can sing.
Well,
none of that shit.
I would tell you that actually here. I love all flavor. Give me the ice cream, girl.
He said, so what milkshake brought you to the yard in my Centos voice?
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, butter pecan, all of them.
ATL said they couldn't. Radio stations wouldn't allow it back in the day. And Demetrius said, I have to research Chris Brown comments. Never heard of that. He did. And Chris Brown from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. My first mind is, let me support my fellow Virginian. But if I have no value, then my dollars don't have value.
Thank you.
You know, and that's what it is. That's why I protest the PBC today. If my dollars have no value, if I don't have value, then my dollars don't have value. And you don't need my dollars. And I would say that to everybody. If you don't have value, then your dollars don't have value. Then keep it to yourself. What's up, Yogi? You want in? Can you hear us, Yogi?
All right, ladies, now if y'all hear some moving around, I'm trying to old man trying to fix him something to eat now.
So
Yogi.
T, for Tank, his comments that sparked the debate, he asked in a tweet, what do dark-skinned women have against light-skinned women? Aren't we all black at the end of the day? And people took issue with that, like what sparked that whole conversation, everything else, because it was out the blue. So that was his comment that prompted a lot of backlash. Yeah, he said some negative stuff. It was like, where does it come from? Like, you rarely see that with women. I'm sorry. Again, it goes back to why do black men as a collective feel the need to degrade black women in some kind of way? I know a lot of women who become popular singers and everything. I never really hear them go on this campaign to downgrade any kind of black guy. Whether they light skin, brown skin, dark skin, whatever. You just don't hear it. I think part of it too, though, when you have especially the music industry pushing, you know, songs or the narrative of black men killing each other, black men disrespecting women consistently in songs, what it does is it desensitizes the public to that type of behavior, to those words, to everything else. And a lot of people that listen to the stuff our kids. And nowadays, a lot of parents don't monitor what their children listen to or what they watch or anything else. So they're hearing the stuff, they're becoming desensitized to it. And for them, it's normal. It's normal to be called a bitch. It's normal to be called a hoe. You know, they take pride in, oh yeah, I'm his bitch, whatever else, because it's become normalized to them. They're not being taught any different. So the big question is, why is it in the music industry that that's allowed predominantly towards Black men and women, but not to anyone else? And why do singers consistently sign with records or feed into the narrative instead of pushing back for a change?
I feel you when you say the music, but I want to spread it out way past that, because you had basketball players doing the same thing. It doesn't, when Black men get money, look out. There's a lot of times I think that. I sit back and say, okay, I have to wait and see how they really are.
But
Get behind them.
But I think this issue in our community originated years ago. I mean, before the music ever started putting those derogatory terms in their lyrics. If you look at, I know young ladies when I grew up who mothers called them bitches and hoes and whatever. So it is something that has been in our community for a long time. Now it's been so common that they use it as a term of endearment. I mean, you see friends calling each other bitches. So it goes past the music. I can't even say that it's the fault of the music industry. It's just they're saying, well, why not put it in my lyrics? I'm going to get paid for it. You're already doing it.
But I think we all making some good points. I think I was thinking of it a little different, but before I go on, Demetrius is checking me in the building. Hey, Queen T, you missed my shout out to the Queen, Yogi.
Hey, King Demetrius.
I put a little stank on. I hope you don't mind, Demetrius. But for what I'm saying is, I get that we collectively, when I grew up, there was an unwritten rule that your business was your business, house business was your house business.
What?
When I see people on the Jerry Springer and all that stuff, I used to crack up because I'm like, y'all actually come out and say this shit? Because we always kept the real hardcore stuff behind closed doors, right? And now, whether you're a famous basketball player, any kind of Black celebrity, you know, that got some notoriety in some kind of way or able to reach the masses. And I see from men, even people's like social medias, men collectively, and I'm not bashing men, I'm telling you guys what I see. Black men is the only group of people that will get on and degrade their women and show that they have no value. There's white men who only like Black women. And trust me, I know this, okay? But you will never see them white men who have no interest whatsoever in a white girl. They will not get on nobody platform, rich or not, and then start saying, well, you know, white girls got flat butts and then, you know, whatever the hell you think is negative about white girl. They just so weak. They just so, and I'm not saying that I'm talking about stereotypes of white women. You will never hear white men come on and rattle off these stereotypes and put them down as a collective, especially as a way to explain why they can't fuck with them. Never saw it. But you always see that with Black men doing women. And you can't say I'm bitter or I'm bashing men when that is something that actually happens.
You're true about it. That's true. You're right about that.
Demetrius said, in the past decade, if y'all remember that female rapper Eve in the past decades, once her rap career was going down here, she married a white man and still married to this day. She didn't want Black men. No, I would think, Demetrius, I have to disagree. I think she married the man she loved. I don't think it's fake with whatever she got with this man. And number two, a lot of times women get with people who like them. That y'all say we have the power, but I think it's equal power. We have our leverages, y'all have y'all leverages, but I think a lot of Black men didn't want her. Y'all, like when they talk about Serena, you don't think Serena didn't want to give a nigga a chance? They didn't want her.
Mm-hmm. No, There could be the smashing Serena about this, or smashing Serena about that, or she this that that'll smell like this don't smell like that. Okay, the hell with y'all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna speak for myself. I was married for 22 years, and then I've been divorced for 8, and I have dated, and men have struggled with where I am in life. I don't know what it is about them, but the comparing part, and it's like you can't find a person on your level. I'm not trying to be anybody's mother. I've already raised my children, so I want somebody on my level. So I just think sometimes sisters get frustrated with our brothers. We want our brothers. I mean, I've never dated outside my race, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta learn how to stop, we gotta learn how to stop as men and be a man. Don't be a boy. Be a man.
I don't care. I don't care if you date outside your ethnicity, whatever else. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. It really don't matter. What I take issue with is when you date outside your ethnicity, but you down in your own.
Yes.
Then to me, any woman that accepts a man that downs his own is a weak ass woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Because basically what it is, and 9 times out of 10 is the guy ain't worth a damn. The guy knows his own is gonna call him out. They see his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He can't amount to shit. So he goes after somebody else that he feels is weak because of what he's lacking. Because he doesn't want to fix himself. So any woman that sits there, and you do see it sometimes with white women, oh, he with me because this and that, you're ignorant as fuck. You ain't worth a shit.
Right.
And that's why he chose you.
Right.
And it got a lot more to do with his insecurities. And yes, we all know that women can be insecure, but it's kind of like a hidden thing, like men can't be. They can be insecure just as much as women, at same ages as women. Like, I know when I was 20 and I would, meet guys my age or a little bit older, I didn't think that y'all was insecure. I said, damn, I wish we had the assurance like you guys had. But then now that I'm older and I look back, I'm like, you're a scared puppy just like we were.
Right. They have the same issue. They got mama issues like some women have daddy issues. And I think a lot of it is them not understanding roles. When you have, like you guys were talking about earlier, when you have a parent that is absent from the home, that one parent is responsible for trying to teach them both. And the reality is women were designed to be nurturers. Men were designed to be protectors. So if a woman is raising a man, she can only give him so much, and so they grow up lacking things. And then it's a damn, if they don't get help, then they are being in toxic relationships. They're toxic.
I think it's important for single mothers, like if the father's not around, to find a positive male role model for your son to help.
Exactly.
And also not just for your sons, but for your daughters, so they can see what a good man looks like.
Right. Right. But what I'm talking about, Carmen, is that division. They're still, I mean, they can definitely mentor your child, but I'm saying when you have two parents in the home, you see what roles they play in rearing you up. And that's what I think is lacking. Because I mean, for me, I grew up in a single parent home. So when I got married, I struggled for a while because I'm like, okay, where does my husband fit into this? Because all I saw was this strong woman, this strong Black woman doing it. But she did it because she had to do it.
When I was married, when I got married, I took myself through a lot of hell because, like I said earlier, I watched my mother raise 5 kids by herself. And me as being a Black man, I said, I'm not going to be the type of father that my father was. We have to break that cycle. And I took a lot of abuse and put up with a lot of bullshit because I wanted to be in a household with my child. You feel what I'm saying? And I took a lot of shit that I shouldn't have took just to prove a point that, hey, I'm going to be this type of man. But it took my baby sister to tell me, he said, brother, he said, you're going to have to learn how to love your child from a distance and still take care of your kid. You still going to be a part of your child's life. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I had to do. And I thank God for that today. Because me and my daughter, they're like two peas in a pot.
Mhm.
Man. And I love her to death. You know, and I'm glad I'm able to have that bond with her. Her mother got married with her. The only tattoo my daughter had, the first tattoo she ever had was my name on her wrist. And her mother asked her, she said, why didn't you put my name on you? She said, because I love my daddy more than I love you. I told her, she said,
I would have had a problem with that too, player. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't have asked my child that though. That kind of puts them in a bad situation. Like you don't, as a parent, you don't do that.
right.
Yeah.
But she told her mother, she said the reason why I say that, she said, I can go to my daddy and talk to my daddy about anything. He don't judge me. He don't do anything like that. He give me his advice. He give me his opinion. And whatever we talk about, it stays between us. You feel me? And that's the bond I wanted. And I want to show her that respect. Even though, yes, she got a beautiful guy there with her now. They got 3 beautiful kids. And that takes my hat off to him. You feel me? And I like that. But we got to, as men, like you say, we got to stand up and be a man and don't be a pussy and raise our kids. You feel me? And like I get a lot of females, I tell them now, you go have a baby for this guy here. He got 5 other kids somewhere else. He ain't taking care of them. Why you gonna have a baby with him? You think he gonna take care of your child? He's not gonna take care of you. He'll leave you too. Everybody gonna sign it on me?
No, we let you talk.
I was texting somebody. Well, when you talk, and if we talk over you, your might get totally muted out. So I just want to be careful of that. Let me get Brandon. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all, because I gotta answer. Somebody send me a text in the chat. Okay, let me get to it.
I'm gonna get in trouble with y'all tonight.
No, you're not. We gonna love you over here. So, someone in my Facebook said, men may be jealous of the stature the white fathers gave the black women over them. Another way to divide the race. That's from CBT in the text. And so what I was gonna say, Demetrius, I was gonna answer one of the questions Demetrius said. He said, I agree that goes for both gender. I lost my train of thought. But what I was something about, damn, I'm mad that I done forgot. It's gonna come back to me, but when I'm talking about degradation, okay, I'll give y'all an example. So Jay-Z, when he came out, we all love Jay-Z, right? No hate against Jay-Z. Jay-Z was notorious for saying bitch and whatever he say. And that shit sells, okay? That's what he do it for. And it rolls off the tongue better, I guess. Okay. Jay-Z grows up. He marries Beyonce. They have a daughter. And I cannot remember where I heard him say this is. Just having that daughter made him recalculate some things in his mind. And it's better late than never. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't understand that completely because you came out of a woman, got your name from a woman, and your game from a woman in my Tupac voice. So women was always ever present around you. So it took you to have a daughter to feel like you don't want to say that type of stuff because you looking at the big picture. For you to talk like you talk, you bringing a girl into this world, and guess what? She gonna get them treatment that all them other girls got. But guess what? All those other girls was somebody's daughter too.
Well, see, mom and sister, right?
Do what?
He got a mom and sister, right? When he was saying that,
right? He got a mother and sister. So you can't. That's hard for me to swallow. Like, you got a mother and sister, and I know you love them, but now that you got a daughter, and I love Jay-Z and Beyonce, I like them as artists. No disrespecting what I'm saying, because so the Beehive, please don't come at me. But Blue Ivy, he doesn't want Blue Ivy and his other daughter to go out here in this world and get, talked to and treated just like all us other women get. And so he's going to do his part, so to speak, to minimize perpetuating that narrative of degradation of women or Black women. But guess what, Jay-Z? The damage is done.
But you know what, Miss T,
in that environment.
But I think for a lot of people, they are products of their environment. So we don't know, and I don't know Jay-Z's past, but a lot of these men, they are products of their environment. So if they grew up and they heard bitch and hoe, the reference, a lot of people grew up in abusive relationships or in abusive homes. So a lot of that is coming out of where they come from. No excuse, don't get me wrong, because I don't care where you come from, you ain't gonna call me one. But they're products of where they come from. So it's a learned behavior. And if you don't stop it, then they will continue that behavior.
But he got an epiphany because he had a daughter.
Right.
But the epiphany couldn't come because he had a sister or a mother.
But again, what was that environment like? Now he's in a healthy environment. Now he's not in a toxic environment. So that could be what is driving him to be like, okay, my wife, she's this way. Now I'm seeing a daughter. He's in a healthy environment.
He's in a changed environment. But should a man, Maceo, I'm gonna throw this to you. Should men check other men? Because when we mess up, remember when Gayle King said some shit and everybody jumped on her, checking her and shit. But when Chris Brown said what he said, I don't hear nothing from men.
Hey, excuse me. Hell to the yeah. I don't check plenty of them. Especially the one that like to put their hand on a woman. I'll call you out on that shit. I didn't even know the lady. See the guy jump on the lady. I got her to beat his ass. Like I said, we need to stand up as men, and when we see the brothers doing wrong, put their ass in check. Hey man, don't disrespect her like that. What if that was your mother, your daughter, your sister? Like I tell the guys, you put your hand on a woman, but you put your hand on a woman, but somebody gonna hit your sister, your mama, or your daughter, you ready to go beat that man's ass. But ladies, I'm in trouble. I'm not feed because my tenants be hitting me up. So my tenants be hitting me up. I know one lady got a leaking sink, and I'm out here just running my mouth with y'all.
We appreciate you, King. I know you gotta go take care of the women.
Yeah, look, stop that water.
What you say, Yogi?
I say you better go and stop that water.
I'm glad you live a couple of houses down, so I ain't got to go too far.
Hey, if y'all want to hook up from Maceo Golden at gmail.com. Maceo Golden. Y'all see it in the chat. MAICO.
MAYICO.
MAYICO.
In at gmail.com.
And he gonna hook you up with, he gonna hook you up.
Yeah, we gonna talk too much on that now.
We ain't gonna talk too much about it, but he got the hook up. Holler if you hear him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out here because go take it because I gotta catch my boy. But you know your boy coming tonight for the first time now.
Most definitely. That's why I'm not gonna have a long show tonight.
Get it? That's run down here now so I can be able to catch my boy. But ladies, it was nice meeting y'all, and I am really enjoying myself. But T, you know you're the girl.
Thank you.
Have a nice night, okay?
All right, thank you, Mason.
All right, good night, King.
Good night. Yeah, I was hoping that in a situation like a Chris Brown, I was waiting for some black man to say, nigga, look, you a dumbass for not valuing all black women or placing a value on a black woman that's degrading for something that's superficial as her skin color. Now, you speak for your fucking self. If one guy does something to that extent, I don't know how you can put it, but maybe mine is a little bit Millie Mouse. But how do y'all feel about that? Like, I just be waiting. I wait for one guy to just come out and say, nigga, you speak for yourself. You ain't gonna put that jacket on us because we don't feel that. Even if you really feel that, like Carmen said, it ain't nothing wrong with having a preference. I don't get mad at that. But you're not gonna tell me I have no value because my skin happened to be dark. How you gonna do that?
Right. But you know, even with R. Kelly, when he was doing what he was doing, males didn't take him down. It was the females that got together and did the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
sometimes it takes females to collectively get together and address issues. So again, we get what we accept and what we expect. If we allow people to call us out our names and to refer to us in these so-called terms of endearment, they're going to do that.
But it takes a special person too. Like I always stand up for myself. I could care less what somebody say. I don't let nobody put no value on me, not no white person, not no black person. And I'm real arrogant that way, and I don't care how nobody feel about it. But like if I was to come and check Chris Brown, let's say, it wouldn't be taken seriously. Look, she dark. I told you. It wouldn't be taken seriously. But let's say Carmen came and said, nigga, hold on. And she probably wouldn't say it like that. And I'm sorry, Carmen.
I wouldn't say it like that.
Carmen wouldn't say those words. Let me not put that. Let me back up and say I'm sorry, Carmen. But Carmen would be like, wait a minute, Chris. I don't know who you think you are, because I see right through you, boo boo. I don't know what else you would say, but you would speak to his insecurities and his flaws and be like, I think that's stupid and degrading. And any bitch, like you said, that would get with you is weak in the mind and blah, 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 blah. You know what? They're going to have to sit there and be like, they have to listen because of the shell you came in. And it's that serious. Like, it's nothing. I'm not saying any of this to cry about it or whatever. This stuff does happen. And I know people listening, Carmen, will say, we might be male bashing, but I can't male bash something that's true.
It's not male bashing, and for Demetrius, hey, it goes with both genders. Yes, it does happen across the board. However, I have to agree with you. Just my personal experience, I have heard it a lot more from the men than I have from the females.
And Carmen is Italian, raising black children. PGH Big Dog is in a building. He says, salute, Queen. Salute to you too, King. It's a problem. It's a problem. Now, when I brought up Serena Williams, I've heard a lot of black dudes have a problem with her. But let me tell you, black guys, this, or most guys, period, white guys too. Let me let y'all know, I wasn't born to be nobody's concubine. That's not my role in life. I wasn't born to be no side chick or call me when you want or get down to give you a blowjob when you want. And that's all I can have. I wanted the motherfucking house, the 2.5 kids and a dog and a white picket fence, just like that white bitch did, just like everybody else did. All of us wanted that. I want the same things that them women have. And if you telling me I can't have it because of the shell I'm in, and if that's coming from one group, because I think I'm intelligent, I try to be successful. So you mean to tell me that the higher a black person climb on the social ladder, the more as a black woman my value decreases, or I'm not worthy? So guess what? How many times do a person go through that feeling or being told that or shown that before they say, fuck it, I get it? That's what I see when I look at Serena. I saw her literally try to get with black guys. Am I the only one who saw that? Carmen, did you see that?
No, I saw the stuff too. I don't know if it was just hate, frustration, and then she went to white, or maybe that just happened to be who she was attracted to or who won her over. So I'm not speaking on why she wound up with that, because like I said, people typically have a preference, and then like T, my preference, and then my ex-husband was not my preference. Like,
Right.
he won me over for that time frame, whatever. So it was what it was. I mean, there's that whole stuff. It's just, for me as a woman, if I'm dating someone, and then full disclosure, I like dark black men. That's just my preference. But if I'm dating them, I don't care how far along we are in the relationship. If they bash a black woman, I'm out. I'm going to go off on them because I raised black queens. And you're not going to sit there and disrespect any black woman or any woman, period. You're just not doing it with me. Not if you want to stay with me. If you want to be disrespectful, you can take your ass on to some fool. I'm not her.
What I see in the Serena case, I see that she wanted the typical life that all women want. And she saw that she was never going to get it because she had no value to these black guys who were dating her. She was good enough to fuck, but nothing past that, you know. But let somebody who was not black or mixed or, you know, a different complexion or whatever just wink at them. They putting the cart before the horse. They known them for a couple of weeks. They pulling out the ring. And I mean, Serena see this time and time again. And I'm gonna tell you guys, because I walk this life. I'm gonna tell you guys how that works. What it is, karma, is you, like you say, you got your preference. And let me tell y'all my preference. Everybody know Rakim from Eric B and Rakim. That was Miss T's preference. And then it moved to people like Tupac. So you can say I like dark brownish to darker like type guys. I did. You couldn't tell me that shit made me moist. So every time I'm like, ooh, you know, that turned my head. But that was from, you know, what we like 12, Carmen, when we started thinking about what type of men we like or whatever. So then as time go on and I put my bid in and I'm happy, I'm thinking I'm gonna get this guy. And he doesn't like me. And then I'm like, oh, that was that nigga shit. Let me get this guy. And he don't like me. And then you hear the rumblings.
And I've heard that whole thing, you know, they don't want dark skinned babies or they want babies with good hair. That pissed me off because every hair is good. There's different textures of hair. But to say this kind is good hair, then what does that say about somebody else's?
So
it's
you
all
don't
good
like
hair,
yours.
it's different textures, but it's ignorance, it's colorism, it's all that stuff that's pushed down and then and it's ignorant. You cannot do that.
Ignorant.
It's created to divide people.
But and it's crazy because what comes out of that man nuts is the hair that he doesn't like. And it's just crazy. What come out of my eggs, what come out of my tutu, I'm loving every bit of it. Could be black and black, it could be whiter than white, and everything in between. It came out of my tutu. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I went through life. I was liking this dude and liking that dude because I, for real, did not have no intentions of dating a white guy. Never. None against them. I didn't grow up around white people. I like Rakim, and anything that's kind of in that vein of Rakim or close, that was going to be Miss T's guy. They didn't like me. And I was like, what? But I wasn't real hot on, you know, that's the story of white women. That's the story of Latino. You like who you like, but they don't like you. And then you wind up, like Carmen just said, your ex-husband wasn't what you would have picked, wasn't your favorite. You have to learn how to like something else. Because see, at that point, I'm liking a preference of whatever Rakim exemplified. I saw that in every type of dude that can favor him in any kind of way. Thick eyebrows, dark skin, pretty smile, just serious looking, curious type dudes. I just associated that. That's how I could go from him to Tupac. And then I was, well, low key, shit, I was in love with Mayweather. I almost for Carmen. We was talking about some Mayweather. You remember that, Carmen?
Yeah.
Nick, I like for real. I was serious as a bitch. I was like, I'm gonna smack this hoe. Carmen was trying to give it back to me. I was like, damn, arguing over Mayweather. But that's what it was. And after a while, I had to learn. Guess what? A man is a man. What better compliment I could give you than to say you a real man? Because to say of somebody is a man is a lot. It ain't just you got a wee wee. It's, and I'm sorry I'm talking in terms like that's force of habit. Growing kids up, that's how you learn to talk. But it's not just saying you have that member down there that makes you a man. It's everything that a man's supposed to be. Like I be like, that dude, I noticed I didn't even know I was doing that. It's like if I talk about a man that I don't know about and I don't know that he a real man, you know, in every sense of the word, I be like, that dude, I'll say dude. I even sometimes slip up and say boy or whatever, or child, you know. But when I say, oh, that man, right? When I call you a man, it's like the highest compliment. I know for me, I can't speak for nobody else. So when I start saying a man is a man, a white man, black man, we all got our trials and tribulations that might be different, but a man is a man. And then who am I gonna like? Am I gonna like people who don't like me? Or I'm gonna like people who like me? And I chose to like people who like me. And there happen to be mixed guys and white guys. I'm sorry. They love these big ass lips and this black ass skin. They love it. Whereas niggas might be like, girl, you too dark for me. What's a girl to do? And so it can't be that it's in my head, because I can go from where I grew up, went into the Navy, and I moved to Florida. It was bad in Florida. You had to be Carmen or a light-skinned person like Yogi. You was not getting no black men. And if any women on my Facebook that's friends with me that lived in that Pensacola, Florida area, they know what I'm talking about. And you ask somebody from there now, and they'll tell you it's still like that. That ain't our fault. I didn't bash them or nothing. And whatever woman they bring into the fold, I welcome them. I can welcome white women into the fold because they dating a family member or a friend or whatever. It ain't always like that the opposite way. I will have dudes getting at my neck who will be like, what are you doing? Like I'm doing them a disservice. No, nigga, you doing me a disservice. Cause you ready to get that bitch something that you will never give me. And this man wants to give me what you giving her and all these other women getting. The fuck I supposed to do? So this topic was relevant, I think, because it's giving y'all an insight. Carmen told y'all how she feel about it, and she's Italian. Yeah, all kinds of races running through her. Lebanese, what else?
Sicilian, Greek, German, French, and Jewish.
You know, a lot of black men. I've been around Carmen. They love them some Carmen, but Carmen is a woman of principles. She don't like black men that hate themselves, because that ain't number insecurity. A baby with good hair cry just like a baby with hair that we say is not good. And I say, I'm like you, Carmen. All hair is good.
Mm-hmm.
PGA says salute queens. Bold and understanding is in the building. He says salute Queen T. Salute to you too, King. Well, Carmen, that's pretty much the topic. If we have any guys that want to chime in and say anything else, I did put a link in the chat. I'll do it again, but you know, I got a mosey on to the other. I'm gonna give myself to about 9:15. I'm going over there to the Mac Mob. Y'all want to get in with the Mac Mob? That's my boy over there. B Mac, go over there and sub the Mac Mob. Hit him up. Hit that like button when you step in his square circle. But anybody want to add something? Or Carmen, you got something else to add?
No, I think I said what I had to say. I mean, I've seen stuff, like I said, both ends. I've seen. It's just, I don't get it. I don't stand, and I'm not going to stand for it. So I raised kings and queens. I didn't raise hoes and bitches. And I told my kids already, if somebody gets with you because you light skin, red, but whatever they want to call you, run.
Run.
Run. They ain't worth shit. Run.
So what I was gonna ask you. So you check them on spot.
I do.
Do you mind checking? Would you check somebody publicly? Like, you know,
yes, I would.
You would like
sure would.
You would go on somebody's social media.
If you saying something stupid out in public like that, I'm gonna be loud about it when I check your ass too. If you have the audacity to say something so ignorant and disrespectful, I'm gonna check you very loudly in public, and then I'm out. Have a good one.
Do you think that could help get rid of some of this shit? Because people are fickle, and if you idolize, using Chris Brown again, if you idolize him because he's, you know, a great singer, and don't get me wrong, that man got much talent. And I mean, he was blessed beyond belief with the talent he has. But if he had said something, he had the social media going, would you go in there and check him? Would you check him?
If I was on his social media and stuff, I would.
Mhm.
It's it keeps on because people don't check because oh, it's not my issue or oh, it doesn't affect me personally. That's why the stuff is allowed. When people step up and it's or people you get some people that agree with it or some people that feed into it, like you do have women that fall into the whole thing, well, and they'll fall into the stereotypes and whatever else and believe it. You ignorant as hell too.
Mhm.
You stop allowing it, you check them when it is, you start walking away. Now, what they, their little lice or whatever else don't want them anymore because you're ignorant, you're a weak man. I'm not dealing with your dumb shit.
Do you
Now they're
tell,
forced to fix themselves.
like, would you tell them that you hate your own self? You need to go see a doctor because that's what it is. You're insecure about your own shit because you think your own shit is ugly. So therefore,
It's
yeah.
that, or they got mommy issues or daddy
Mhm.
issues, whoever that they didn't like, whatever else, and now it's bled on. Like there's still unresolved issues. You're not any good to anybody
Do
until
you,
you resolve them.
do you think that black men should stamp their feet and light a match and check these other black men on spot, at least in regards to that? Like, we're not saying, I'm not saying, so we clear, that anyone can dictate to another person what their preferences are, because your preference is who you like.
It's like I said, there's a difference between the preference, but when you start discriminating or downing
Mhm.
somebody else, or like a big pool of people, you're downing them.
Mhm.
That's where it's wrong. You can have your preference all day,
I
but when
think
you
it would,
down somebody else,
yeah.
that's the issue.
I think men, for me, I think things could get better. It's not going to get better overnight, and I know that it might not even get better in my lifetime, I mean, in my young lifetime. But I do think that it can get better if you guys say, "Nah, dude, I'm not rocking with you on that. I don't agree with that. Now I like you everywhere else, but you not gonna put this jacket on all of us. That's your dumb ass. So you the dumb one on the island." And just say that, to these guys. After a while, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna stop saying it. And when you stop saying it, you'll stop perpetuating that bullshit. And when you stop perpetuating that bullshit, the new generations that come behind you won't even give a care about that. Have you ever put two little babies together, like 1 and 2 years old? They don't give a
They
fuck
don't. They
what
don't care
color
at
you
all.
are. They see a baby. They see another human because they got more sense than us grown folks. And they can show you love and kiss you and all that stuff. They don't care what your hair look like or whatever. They judge you by the content of your character. They place value on you by the time that they spend with you. And to anybody out there that does that, this is what make people drive, move differently. Like if you see a black woman out there dating a white guy, 9 times out of 10 she dated somebody who liked her. 9 times, because I would say a lot of black women, and this is not an absolute, but there's a lot of black women who probably do prefer to be with black guys. They just don't want them. Ain't nothing to cry about. It is what it is. You know, we are all humans. That's how I look at us. We're all humans. Some of us, and we have to live in the reality that we live in this country. We separate people by race. It is what it is. But overall, from God point of view, I believe we all humans. And I'm not gonna get mad at how somebody believe or feel or their preference. I have no problem with that. Chris Brown could say, I really like the light skinned women, or I like the mixed girls better. I prefer those kind. Nigga, I'll be the first one in line still buying this shit. But when you say I have no value, I can't. Then my black dollars don't have value to you. And I should keep. That's all I was saying. That's it. That's all I was saying. And Carmen, y'all heard it from an Italian point of view. She ain't putting up with it. You think you gonna run over to her and be like, she not gonna be one of the women, be like, I know I'm the creme de la creme. Yeah, them black women, something wrong with this. She ain't got time for that. That don't make no woman feel good. Like, oh, you know, uh, here you are with hair napping in the cat's ass, but you over here messing with like somebody like Carmen, and you's like, well, you got good hair. Because you talk, you act and you carry it like you and Carmen the same. Well, really, you running from what you are. Who can respect that? But that's all I had to say about it, Carmen. Anything else? What should we talk about next week?
I don't know. I think one of the guys should throw in a topic.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit here right now and wait to see what guy gonna throw in the into the topic. But while we waiting, Carmen, what you be watching on TV these days?
I don't really watch a lot of TV.
What?
I know.
Are you done with them damn reality shows?
Yeah, I do it sometimes. It's brain dead stuff just to kind of half the time I'm reading or whatever else is just playing for noise in the background.
You haven't become a YouTuber yet? Because like it's so many shows on YouTube. Don't have to be boxing, like just shows that would catch your eye. Like my mom showed me this cooking show, and if my mom watching, text me the name of it again. I'm telling you, go watch this cooking show. The dude, the wife, and the husband are so refreshing. They are so refreshing, and they so funny. It's so cute, and just it's PG. But I mean, you be smiling the whole time you watching the show, and the guy is hilarious. And you know what I see? I see two couples that are truly in love, and it's so beautiful. And I watched that show. I've been watching it here lately. I watched a couple of them. What's she gonna tell me? Look, my mom actually put in at least, if she's talking about Jay-Z, at least he changed when he knew better and did better. Okay, the name of the show is Beautiful to TOO Creations with Donna. Y'all should go sub that. Beautiful to Creations with Donna. And it's about her cooking, and I mean the girl can cook, but the husband is the comic relief. Their union is so inspiring and beautiful. Like, I mean, one could dream, right? That's what I be looking at it like. Oh my goodness. I said, I would love to have a supporting husband like that or somebody like that, not to say that, because they've been together for a while, not to say that they couldn't have their ups and downs or whatever. Are you subbing it now, Karma?
No, I'm reading something else.
Girl, you be in the I'm gonna put this in the chat. Let me write it down. Y'all go sub this shit for real. You're not gonna be disappointed. I just put it in the chat. Y'all go sub that. Go sub that. That's a good, show to watch. I mean, I don't watch TV no more. So I do a lot of YouTube. I do got subscriptions. It's hard to say I don't watch TV because it's on my TV, but like regular TV shows, I feel like the creativity has fallen out of the bottom because like every show nowadays that come on is predictable and all that stuff. So I'm a Trekkie, so I'm on my Star Trek all the time. That Discovery that comes on Paramount, I be watching that shit. It's into the 4th season. I'd be mad because I wish I'd have just let the seasons, the episodes of this 4th season build up so I can back to back and watch it. But I fucked up. I just watched it as they showing it. So like now I already watched episode 8 and I gotta wait till next week. I don't like that waiting. I got certain shows that might come on cable like Curb Your Enthusiasm. That shit is hilarious. But I watch a lot of people's channels. I sub and support, even if it's not something I get into. Like I think I sub this week 3 football type shows. I don't even look at football, but just to show my support. And then if you sub my channel, then I come back and I'll sub your channel for sure. Not just, but if you ask me to sub, I'll sub. So you ain't gotta just sub my channel. But I do want to put out and remind people when y'all got to spread the word, because I got this big behind TV still downstairs. Carmen, you know I got it, right?
Yep.
And I'm giving it away, a 55-inch color TV, smart TV, QLED. I'll mail it to anybody in the 48. You know, that means if Alaska, you're not the 48. Hawaii, you're not the 48. Other U.S. territories, Guam and all that stuff, the Caribbean, Virgin Islands or whatever. What's the other one? Puerto Rico, y'all excluded. Sorry. But if you know somebody with an address in the 48, I'm not saying, look, there's ways to get around there. You could play, like, let's say you live in Puerto Rico. You could play because you might know somebody that live in New York or something. So if you get it right, then the address that I'm mailing it to is New York. Now, how we get to you from New York, that's your business. But I need 1,200 subscribers before I do that. And I'm just going to ask 3 basic questions. I may ask you, what branch of military was I in? If you watch the show, you know that answer. I may ask you how old am I. I'm going to stop saying my age. Because damn, one day I don't know how long I'm gonna do on the show, but I had this dream that I was like 55. And that's when old age kick in on you. Then now I'm trying to hide the age, and everybody like, nah, bitch, hold on. In 2021, your ass was 50. So, but either way, I'm proud of my age. You proud of your age, Carmen?
Hell yeah.
I know that's right. Because with age comes wisdom.
Yep.
You can't trade that in. Sometimes you often wish that you had the wisdom you got now back then, but you can't trade it in. But anywho, we was waiting on the dudes to say what, Carmen?
What topic they want to?
For next week?
Yeah.
Demetrius, anybody? PGH, Bold? What topic y'all want us to talk about? See, we wasn't bad. It's always easy to speak the truth as long as you do it in a respectful manner. And I want to thank Maceo Golden for coming in the show to help us out, because we want the men's input. We like for to hear your input. Oh, let me do my Black History, because I didn't prepare no big one and say I'm gonna stay on screen with you guys. You know who I shout out to? Everybody out there in the world who is Black and who is doing this damn thing. Yes, I'm talking to you, the fathers, the mothers, the children, the aunts, the uncles, the people who help, with Black issues and all that. Shout outs to them too. But they claim or they say that Black people have PTSD, just having to deal with slavery and everything in between. Every time you take 10 steps ahead, some kind of way, the powers that be would find a way to pull you back. Just dealing with all the trials and tribulations that we have to go through, the monkey wrenches, the stifling things, and yet we still persevere. Shout outs to you guys. You guys are innovators. You're creators. You're protectors. You're providers. You do a lot. You do a lot for God and country. You sacrifice a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to all of you who try to make a difference and try to be a valuable and valuable member to society. You, the everyday Black person. This one is for you too. And hopefully you go on to do great things. Try to live a productive life. If that's what you do every day, when you say, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be productive every day, no matter how small it is, then that's a good thing, because you're adding to the fabric of what makes us great. So yes, shout outs to y'all on Black History. I'm talking about each and every one of you guys. You guys are special in your own right. And that's my Black History nugget for today. Carmen, who the hell you talking to?
Nobody, just reading some stuff.
Okay. Well, no guys gave us a suggestion. So I don't know what we'll come up with, but we'll come up with something. I got to get on over to BMAC show. I would suggest everybody to go sub this guy. You're gonna have a good time. He's gonna have good contact. whatever I miss, I'm gonna catch it in replay. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Yogi, for coming in. Thank you guys for chiming in, and we'll try to come up with a topic. But understand this, guys. We want your input. We just gonna talk from a lady's point of view. We need that other thing to give us a different perspective. You got any last minute, Carmen?
No.
Carmen said no. Yeah, I guess it's a read night tonight for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good week, Queen. So remember, you guys, when you know better, you do better. So here's to that. Peace.